What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you.
Have you spoke to anybody in the hospital, anybody close to Stu? How is he doing?
Yeah. I could zoom out and read it, but the gist of it was, he remembers mostly what happened during the early parts of the day. He's talking a little bit. He's alert. He's still got some injuries that are very serious. Not like, life-threatening serious, but like, facial injuries, stuff like that.
Before y'all judge me any further, just please let me explain. Ready? That's a receipt. That's all the I told Raja to do. Now my life is ruined over your lie. I am not responsible for what another grown-ass man decides to do.
What do you think should happen next? What should happen to Raja?
Yeah, it's difficult, vengeance isn't for me or anybody, it's for a higher power. But, I feel like he could help himself if he got some mental help.
An update has finally surfaced regarding Syko Stu's health after the shocking incident involving Raja Jackson. Stu's family continues to demand justice, frustrated that Raja remains free despite nearly ending a man's life during a live stream. According to Stu's close friend Doug Malawa, there has been slight improvement in Stu's condition. He remains in the hospital, responsive and surrounded by loved ones. Malawa explained that although he has not visited personally, many of Stu's longtime friends are by his side, offering support. Out of respect for the family's privacy, Doug has chosen to stay in touch through mutual friends like Maverick, making sure Stu's loved ones have the space they need during this difficult time.
I saw an update on Stu. He looks like he's doing a little bit better in hospital. He seems like he's responsive and he's with his family. Have you had a chance at all to speak to him or anyone from his family today or the last couple of days to see what the updates are?
I've been trying to give him privacy for the most part. The thing is, I'm one of the less senior people there at Knox. Like, if you talk about, I've only been there maybe 2.5 years, right? He's got friends that have been there for 20 plus years, even Rusev's known him so long, right? So they're the ones visiting. I called my buddy Maverick, the real McKeel. We talked. He gave me an update, and the best part about that is he needs his rest and his space, and his family needs their rest and their space. And I don't want to be an extra person pushing in on time they could be spending with him.
Doug Malawa didn't hold back when addressing Raja Jackson, slamming him for what he described as a reckless and disgraceful mentality. He recalled stepping in to break things up in the ring when Raja suddenly went for a sloppy takedown attempt, then threw a punch that landed on Doug's eye, even though Doug wasn't acting aggressively. Malawa went on to call Raja a young loser and a clown, criticizing him for attacking a half-conscious opponent and striking someone who was only trying to restore order. He added that Jackson was fortunate he was already worn out from his earlier match, or the outcome could have been very different.
When we're in the ring and I'm breaking it up and he shoots a double leg on me, by the way, work a better double leg, you prick. And then I'm telling you to calm down. I'm not even fighting. I'm not even being hostile. Then you're trying to work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you punch me in the eye after we're breaking it up, you loser. That's why you got headbutt, and that's why I punch you, and you're lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of person are you? You low-life clown. You want clout, so you beat up a guy that's half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to hurt you.
According to Syko Stu's friend, Raja Jackson could have taken things even further and possibly ended Stu's life if he hadn't stepped in. He explained that Raja clearly wanted to continue the assault and admitted that if Jackson had managed to take him down, he likely would have attacked him the same way. Malawa condemned Raja's behavior, calling him a bully who hides behind his father's name and training instead of seeking proper help for his issues. He stressed that Raja uses violence against people who aren't prepared for that kind of brutality, which makes his actions even more dangerous.
The f is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fucking in your life, bro. I don't give a f. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change your fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father, use his fucking clout, use his fucking knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch.
Doug Malawa expressed his anger over the incident, revealing disturbing details about what happened to Syko Stu. He explained that Stu suffered broken facial bones, lost several teeth, and even choked on his own blood during the brutal attack. According to Malawa, Stu was already unconscious from the initial slam before Raja Jackson continued landing strikes, leaving him badly injured and disoriented. As a close friend, Malawa admitted he was shocked that no one stepped in to help, and said it was heartbreaking to watch others stand by without intervening. He went on to apologize to Stu, saying he felt his friend had been let down by people who should have protected him in that moment.
Yeah, so to get started with it, what actually happened to Stu? How bad are his injuries?
Broken facial bones is from what I'm hearing. Missing teeth. Has no recollection of what happened. Incoherent. And then even from the people closest to it now that I'm disassociating with, they won't even put up the full story. Stu's pretty fucked up. I'll put it this way. What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And he lost all of his teeth, right?
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that, kind of being in shock, and then I just went. Aside of that, running in, there was other people that could have got involved that I made eye contact with, but they just stayed by the stage. Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to Stu, that the people that said that they were your friend.
Doug Malawa reflected on being one of the few who stepped in to protect Syko Stu, admitting, he often thinks about how much worse things could have been if he hadn't been there. He said he feels a sense of responsibility, but is grateful that it was him who carried that burden. Malawa also revealed that a younger teammate named Doom, only 17 years old, had stepped in as well. He emphasized how devastating it would have been if the teenager had been seriously hurt, saying just the thought of that outcome is unbearable.
You know, having this moment with his family, because I was reviewing the footage and, you know, you were kind of like the only guy that stepped up and went in there and handled the situation. I mean, at least it shows you, right? Like, you intervening when you did, you know, it did so much. Like, in your head, do you ever think about, oh man, like, luckily I was there? Like, in your head, do you think, man, imagine if I wasn't? Because if you weren't there, you didn't intervene when you did, I'd hate to think what would have happened, right?
Yeah, I do think that, and I am grateful that it was me of all people. Not only to eat the burden, but also I think about with the kid Doom, the first one with the makeup that tried to pull him off.
Yeah,
he's 17. He's a baby, right? And I would have been so devastated if he had gotten hurt too. You know, that would have been out.
Doug Malawa described what happened when he tried to pull Raja Jackson off Syko Stu. His first thought, he explained, was to make sure he didn't slam Raja onto Stu's already injured body. Instead, he tried to get under Raja's arm and drag him to the side. At that moment, Raja turned on him, shooting for a double-leg takedown and attempting to dump him on his head. Malawa revealed he ended up needing stitches from the struggle and believes Raja was trying to do to him exactly what he had just done to Stu.
I didn't really get to see exactly what happened, but I know you've got the bandages there. What happened, man? Like, did he let off a few shots on you? What happened in those exchanges between you two?
Yeah, and I got stitches right here. What happened was when I first came in there, my goal was to not tackle him onto Stu. I went in, I looked, I assessed, and I said, I have to pull him away from Stu. So that's why I went to the outside and got under an armpit and tried to throw him off to the side. And when I did that, You know, if you look at the video, you could see him shoot for a double leg on me and try to take me down. He was working the whole time to try to get an advantage, get my legs, dump me on my head so he could do the same thing to me that he did to
Tim Welch also shared his reaction to the incident, noting that because Rampage Jackson's son comes from money, he'll likely have access to strong legal representation. Still, Welch emphasized that the situation could easily be treated as attempted murder. He warned about the dangers of street-style violence, explaining that once someone is already unconscious, continuing to strike them can quickly become deadly and can send the attacker straight to prison. Welch described the assault as deeply disturbing and added that if the victim had been his own father, he would be outraged. While he acknowledged that Syko Stu has regained consciousness, Welch cautioned that the overall condition and long-term outlook remain far from positive.
Rampage's got money. I mean, they're going to have some good lawyers. But it might be attempted murder. I mean, God, that's the thing. You got to be careful getting in street fights. If you can avoid street fights, avoid them. Especially if you got a temper tantrum. Maybe if you know a little jiu-jitsu and you get in a street fight here and there, it's okay. You can take care of yourself, get in a good position. But once you crack somebody and then you start seeing red and you're not thinking about what you're doing and you're punching them and they're already knocked out, good chance you're going to kill them. And now you might be in the pen. So, I mean, that was up. That was fucked up. If that guy was my dad or something, I would be fucking furious. So, hopefully this guy comes out of it all right. They said he came to, and it's not looking good.
Michael Chandler also weighed in on the Raja Jackson situation, saying that what Raja needs most is guidance, not punishment. In Chandler's view, Raja isn't a bad kid, but someone who made a terrible choice in the heat of the moment. He explained that with the right mentorship and the right environment, surrounded by positive influences, Raja's life could be turned around. Chandler expressed a willingness to take Raja under his wing, believing that exposure to discipline and supportive peers could help him change direction. However, before the incident even unfolded, AJ Mana was seen on camera encouraging Raja to go after Syko Stu instead of calming things down. Many fans believe this played a major role in escalating the situation, essentially fueling the violent attack. Because of this, Mana is now facing heavy backlash, with critics accusing him of sharing responsibility and making things worse when he could have stepped in to prevent the chaos.
Working like that, you know, I think that's a little. Oh! So, you know, remember what a receipt is. Give them that receipt, go tap it. They got a problem with it.
Doug Malawa also shared his belief that the attack was driven by a combination of Raja Jackson's personal issues with his father and the influence of AJ Mana. While he made it clear that he has no respect for Raja after what happened, Malawa said AJ's role was even worse, accusing him of hyping Raja up and pushing him toward the violence. According to Malawa, AJ used Raja to do his dirty work, knowing he also had problems with the victim. He argued that it was no coincidence at all. Malawa further pointed out that AJ has a history of avoiding responsibility in his own conflicts, often losing small backyard fights, yet putting pressure on Raja, someone trained by one of the sport's all-time greats, to act on his behalf.
I think the culmination between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out and all this AJ gassed up into his head, because let me put it this way. I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a person for what he did, but I think AJ's a bigger shit person for gassing him up to be in that fucking ring, to leading him to ruin his own fucking life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a fucking problem with. You can't fucking tell me that's not. I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly, because he's not going to do it himself. Mm-hmm. You know, the few little backyard fights he fucking got in where he got beat the up, and then you got somebody that's a real fighter, trained by somebody that's one of the greatest of all time, and then you had him do your dirty work. He ruined two people's lives.
On the other hand, AJ Mana has responded to the backlash by giving his own side of the story. He argues that people are twisting what he said and insists that all he told Raja was to give a receipt, not to take things as far as they went. Mana claims his reputation and life are now being damaged by false narratives and emphasizes that he cannot be held accountable for the choices and actions of another grown man.
Well, before y'all judge me any further, just please let me explain. Ready? That's a receipt. That's all the I told Raja to do. Now my life is ruined over your lie. I am not responsible for what another grown-ass man decides to do.
At the same time, Rampage Jackson spoke out about the controversy surrounding his son Raja and the violent incident with Syko Stu. He revealed that he has even been receiving death threats, many of which he described as racially motivated. Critics have been targeting him as a bad father and accusing him of pulling the strings behind the situation. Rampage pushed back against those claims, calling the backlash unfair and saying that no matter what he says publicly, people always find a way to twist his words.
How you doing, Mr. Jackson? Anything to say about, and first of all, really sorry. We're really sorry about the whole situation.
You know that. I wish I could.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if there was any updates.
All I'm saying is, a lot of racist people give you death threats and stuff like that. Like, I'm a puppet master. Calling me a bad father. It's uncalled for.
That's uncalled for. None of this is your fault. You made your explanation.
Anything I say gets twisted anyway. So
yeah.
Let's go get the turkey on.
No, I hear, hey, prayers are with you.
Rampage also admitted that he feels sympathy for Syko Stu and made it clear that he does not support or justify what his son did. He explained that as a father, he will always stand by his son on a personal level, but stressed that the matter is no longer in his hands. It now belongs to the justice system.
It's hard for me to talk about it, but I'm just keep it 100. I feel bad about what happened to Syko Stu. I don't condone what my son did at all. Very, very unfortunate. If I was there, things went down, but what I'm saying, I wasn't there. But what I'm saying, I'm a father, so I gotta have my son's back, but I'm gonna let justice, play out, take its course.
Rampage Jackson opened up about his son's struggles, explaining that Raja has not been the same since the tragic loss of his mother. While he admitted that the incident is unrelated to the current controversy, he emphasized that the tragedy left a lasting impact on Raja. Rampage shared that he has always tried to support his son, keeping his spirits up and making him laugh, but acknowledged that he is not a psychiatrist and doesn't always know how to help. He explained that Raja has grown distant, often trying too hard to act older than his age, which has only added strain to their relationship.
But this don't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on. But all I'm going to say is that my son hasn't been the same since his mom got murdered. It hasn't. And I know that. And I've been trying to be there for him and, make him laugh and cheer him up and everything. But I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what the fuck to do. And, I know my kids. He hasn't been the same. With me, he's just been distant from me. He want to be more of a man and more of this. I don't know how to deal with this shit.
Mike Gaines also weighed in on the situation, saying he can't see a scenario where Raja Jackson avoids being taken into custody after such disturbing footage surfaced. He cautioned that Raja should immediately hire a strong legal team, keep himself out of the spotlight, and stop making public comments about the case. According to Gaines, law enforcement will almost certainly move forward with an arrest.
Yo, be honest with y'all, bro, I don't see how he doesn't go to jail. I like Rampage Jackson. You guys know I think Rampage is awesome. But after looking at that footage, bro, they need to get a lawyer. Me just being dead ass. He needs to get a good lawyer right now and be prepared. They're 100% going to come in and arrest him for that. I don't know what they're going to charge him with, but slamming him with the way that he did and punching him that many times, He needs to find a lawyer. I don't even know why they're still on camera talking about it, to be honest with y'all. He should stay off camera. They shouldn't talk about this shit ever again and secure a lawyer and just sit tight. Because the police are absolutely coming. There's no way they're not going to make an arrest after that, bro.
That wraps up today's video. We hope you found it informative. Let us know your thoughts on this incident in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates and stories from the fight world.